My name is Laura Thompson. I'm 52 years old, a retired teacher living in a luxurious gated community called Evergreen Estates in the suburbs of Orlando, Florida. This neighborhood is many people's dream modern homes with lush green lawns, a communal swimming pool, tennis courts, and 24/7 guarded gates. I bought a house here 10 years ago after my husband passed away, thinking it would be a peaceful place to enjoy my retirement. But then I realized that behind the glamorous facade was a hellish homeowners association HOA, and its queen was none other than Karen Whitaker. Evergreen Estates has thick regulations from the fence paint having to be the exact HOA approved beige, to lawn grass not exceeding 2 inches in length, and even banning flags except on national holidays. The HOA charges a monthly fee of $500 and violations result in heavy fines. I once got fined $200 for leaving my grandson's bicycle in the yard for more than an hour. Karen Whitaker, about 65 years old with fiery dyed red hair, always wearing expensive athletic outfits and flashy gold jewelry, has been the HOA president for 8 years. She's been divorced 3 times, lives alone in the largest villa in the community, and sees herself as the gatekeeper of perfection. Karen is infamous with the nickname HOA Karen for her nosiness and drama-creating abilities. She once called the police because neighbors were having a birthday party that was too noisy after 8 p.m., fined a family $1,000 for planting roses that were not in keeping with the neighborhood style, and even threatened to sue an elderly man because his dog barked when she walked by. My conflict with Karen started from day one. She hates me because I often defend the neighbors, like when she fined Mrs. Mary for putting out the trash late. I organized a residents' meeting to protest. Karen calls me a troublemaker and sends constant warning letters. She even secretly installed a camera pointing into my yard to monitor violations. Things got worse when my son Mike came to visit. Mike is a police officer in Miami, 28 years old, tall and strong, and very protective of his mother. He often visits on weekends, driving his unmarked police vehicle, no lights or sirens, and helps me with home repairs. When Karen saw Mike, she immediately emailed the board. "There's a strange man frequently entering and leaving Mrs. Thompson's house. He could be a criminal. I suggest checking his background." I laughed it off, but Karen didn't stop. She fined me $300 for a strange vehicle parked too long, even though Mike was only staying one night. I filed a complaint, but the board, all Karen's friends, rejected it. Then she spread rumors in the neighborhood's Facebook group. "Mrs. Thompson is hiding a criminal. Our community is no longer safe." Neighbors started avoiding me. Mr. Bob next door whispered, "Karen is a nightmare. She once tried to evict my family because our dog dug holes in the yard." Mrs. Susan said, "If you move away, we'll miss you, but we'll understand." After the fifth fine for hanging Halloween decorations that were too garish, I decided it was time to move. I sold my house to a young couple at a good price and bought a small home in a non-HOA area 20 miles away where I can plant whatever flowers I want without anyone prying. I notified the HOA of my departure, submitting the required exit application and paying the final fees. Karen lost her mind when she found out. She emailed me, "Mrs. Thompson, you can't just leave like that. You still owe fines and selling the house requires HOA approval." Completely wrong. Florida law doesn't give HOAs veto power over home sales. She called me daily to harass me, threatening, "If you move without permission, I'll call the police." I ignored her and planned the move for the weekend. I rented a large moving truck and asked Mike to help. Mike laughed, "Mom, if she does anything, I'll handle it. But remember, I'm a police officer, so I have to stay professional." Moving day arrived a beautiful sunny morning. The truck was parked in front of the house with friends, and Mike helping load things the sofa boxes of books, kitchen items. The neighborhood was quiet, but I knew Karen was watching from her window 3 houses away. Around 10 a.m., Karen appeared driving her red Mercedes, screeching to a stop in front of the truck blocking the way. She stepped out, face flushed with anger, screaming, "Stop right now! You're not allowed to move without HOA permission. This is a violation. That truck is blocking the common roadway. I'm fining you $500." I calmly replied, "Mrs. Whitaker, I've submitted the exit application and moving is my right. The truck is only parked temporarily and will leave soon." Karen wouldn't listen. She pulled out her phone to record video. "I'm documenting the violations. You're ruining the neighborhood's aesthetics with this mess." She called 911. "Hello, police. There's someone burglarizing a house in Evergreen Estates. A woman is illegally moving belongings, blocking the road, and it could be theft. Come quickly." Neighbors gathered to watch. Mike, who was carrying a box of books, set it down and observed. The police arrived after 15 minutes, 2 young officers, one male and one female. They asked, "What's going on here?" Karen rushed forward, pointing at me. "She's violating HOA rules, moving without permission, blocking the road, and possibly evading fines. You need to arrest her." The male officer, "Ma'am, HOA rules aren't the law. We only intervene if there's a criminal violation." Karen screamed, "She owes HOA fines. That's theft. And that son of hers, he's a stranger. Probably an accomplice." At that moment, Mike stepped forward wearing a simple t-shirt but with his badge in his pocket. He smiled. "Hello, fellow officers. I'm Mike Thompson, a police officer from Miami. This is my mother, and we're legally helping her move." Karen sneered, "You're a cop. Don't lie to me. You look like a thug. Officers, arrest them." The female officer checked the truck paperwork and my home sale documents. Everything was in order. But Karen wouldn't stop. She pushed Mike, yelling, "You're impersonating an officer. I'll sue you for fraud." Mike calmly pulled out his badge and held it up. "Mrs. Whitaker, I am a real police officer, and your actions making a false 911 call, pushing people, and obstructing are violations of the law." Karen was shocked, her face turning pale. "No, impossible. You're her son. I'm the HOA president. I have rights." "Mike, what rights? You've abused emergency services by making a false report. Moreover, according to my mother's security cameras, you've harassed her multiple times." The male officer, "Mrs. Whitaker, we've had previous complaints about you. Now you've pushed Officer Thompson. That's assault on a police officer." Karen went berserk, screaming and trying to grab Mike's badge. "That's fake. I'll prove it." She lunged at him, pushing harder. Mike gently restrained her and cuffed her. "Mrs. Whitaker, you're under arrest for assault on a police officer, abuse of 911, and harassment." The neighbors applauded. Karen wailed, "You'll all regret this. I have lawyers." Karen was taken to the station and charged abuse of emergency services, a $2,000 fine, harassment, a 6-month suspended sentence, and assault on a police officer, $5,000 fine plus community service. The case was processed quickly due to security camera footage and witnesses. The HOA board held an emergency meeting and permanently removed Karen from her presidency. They even fined her $10,000 for abuse of power. Karen had to sell her house to pay the debts and move to a cheap apartment with no HOA. As for me, I moved smoothly and now live peacefully in my new place. Mike got promoted for his professional handling of the situation. Old neighbors sent thank you gifts. You saved the community from a nightmare. Whenever I recall Karen's face when she saw Mike's badge, I can't help but smile. Lesson learned. Don't call the police recklessly, especially if your enemy has a son who's a cop.